Good morning, everyone. So, taking, of course, time to become conscious of your breath, asking to be centered and rooted, and also open at the top. And as I was meditating before, the message and the theme will be duality. So, as we breathe this in, asking ourselves to be open, to allow the divine messages that are specific for ourselves and also for the greater collective to come through. Again, for the highest good and only that which is divine love and light. And we know it's so, and so it is. So, the image that I was seeing, I only saw part of this image. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. The image I saw was um, an individual standing, and on their left hand, they were holding the sun. And in their right hand, they were actually holding a star from the night sky. And I kept hearing on the left is sun goddess, and on the right, it's star god. And then as I look out, I literally see almost like a line down the middle of the sky. On the left, it's sunny, it's daytime. And on the right, it's night, full of stars, and I can see the moon in the distance. And an individual is standing there with their hands out, very similar to the Garden of Good and Evil statue. And again, in the left, the sun goddess, and in the right, the star god. And it looks like a dividing field here of light and dark. And I'm being told that there's many metaphors for light and dark, but this is very specific for us today. And then I was able to see this person that had the star and the star and the sun in their hands. It almost looked like their arms came together and they began to twist their arms, twisting and twisting, very similar to a DNA helix, to where I can't even really see the sun and the star as much as it's because the arms are twisted and they're intertwined. And as these arms are intertwining, the line that I originally saw that was separating the light and the dark, it's it's blurry. I just see it's almost like watercolors when you drop water. It just all mixes together. And very simple and very similar to when, of course, when you wind a rope around and around. When you let go, it propels. It begins to spin fast in the other direction, but it also can propel. And in this case, as your arms are twisted around and around with the sun and the star, as we release the twisting, the literally the energy that brought it all together and twisted up begins to unwind, and it propels you upward. And here, as our arms have untwisted, so to speak, I now see the sun and the star. I see a sun and a star in both hands. And of course, the deeper message of the light and the dark. In this case, we're talking about duality, how two things seem opposite. But the sun is a star. They're all stars. And when we know there are not two but one, and we bring them and twist them all together and know that it's not black and white, it's not either or. The dark is bright, the bright is dark, but not dark in the sense in this metaphor of dark and heavy and sad, but dark into quiet, into meditation, into silence and rest, and bright as an energy and movement and excitement and creativity. But there's no duality. And so when we allow them to come together as one, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and the energy, when we say, yes, we are one, begins to wrap and twist around and intertwine in the most divine way. And that energy propels us upward to embrace both on all sides, the sun goddess and the star god. Yes, the actions are different, but it's all one. Just like the sunrise and the sunset, it makes one complete circle. So if you're afraid of the dark, the night sky, like a child sometimes may be, find the stars that light up the dark and know it's not what it seems. And sometimes if that sun is so bright it's blinding, find something that will shade your eyes, that will bring you comfort, and walk in the sun, and walk in both as confidently as one whole. You are the sun and you are the stars. And both bring you gifts. And being willing to look at them both and surrendering to the oneness of both will propel you in the direction of love and service, divine wisdom and grace, and the sacredness of action and the sacredness of rest. We send blessings for the deeper meaning for this on your personal level comes through. And we bless the collective understanding of being love in this universe. And so it is.